So, here we go then. Here's your starting lineup for the first ever New York Grand Prix, the NYC Grand Prix, the first round of the inaugural IndyCar World Series. Scott McLaughlin, yes, the V8 Supercars driver, on the pole. Marcus Ericsson, former F1 midfielder, is second. Marco Andretti, third. Elio Castroneves, I thought he retired, fourth. Fifth is Ben Hanley, that lad who just sort of shows up at Indy every year and is really slow. James Hinchcliffe, sixth. He's back and doing very well for himself. Ryan Hunter-Reay, seventh. My boy Pato Award, eighth. Santino Fucknugget, ninth. And Will Power, 10th. Blimey, and indeed, Charlie. And if we look at the back here, Newgarden's back here, Sato's back here, Rail's back here, Bourdais, Rossi, Dixon, Pagano. There's a lot of good cars back here. So, should we do this shit? Should we do this? This is your stream main event. Let's fucking do this. I'm excited. I'm excited, man. This is going to be good. Hopefully. It could also be a total shit show, but never mind. Let's go. Okay, so we just need to turn right a bit here. There we go. Right, green flag. And then we go over here, and we go over here, and we go over here. And away we go. We are underway. The 787 Centauri is here, as is everyone else from Resi. Resi's raiding us at the absolute perfect time to do so as we start our main event race. Meantime, we've started our main event race with Zach Veach smashing into the... What a start. What a start to the race. Resi shows up just as we start the main event race of our day, and Zach Veach's race lasts 0 laps. He crashed coming to the green. Absolute state of your race, mate. Anyway, we are underway. And for the most part, aside from Zach Veach, just obliterating himself on some water barrels, we're clean and green. Marcus Ericsson got the jump. He's in the lead, ahead of Scotty McLaughlin. Elio Castroneves, third. Yeah, how was your flight, Resi? You were playing some Microsoft Flight Simulator today. How was it? James Hinchcliffe, fourth. Pato Award, my boy. My newest boy, Pato Award. Potato Award. He's up to fifth. Will Power, sixth. Marco Andretti, seventh. Ben Hanley, eighth. And already forming a bit of a Ben train. It's not quite the same as a Trulli train. A Hanley train. We actually had ATC whilst departing from Bali. What's ATC? Automatic Train Control. I'm very much assuming it's not that. Anal transgression central? I don't know. Anyway, Ryan Hunter-Reay. Please, oh, Scotty McLaughlin's spun. Scotty McLaughlin's wrecked out of second. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, and he's just shoving. Excuse me, pardon me. That's the excuse me, pardon me way of getting back into the race. But, well, we've now got Elio Castroneves out in the lead. What is going on? And my boy is now to third. And I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe we've done this. Anyway, what happened to Scotty? Well, he was trying to Scotty his way into the lead and completely failed. Unfortunately, this ain't a supercar, mate. You might have got away with that in a supercar. In his Ford Mustang. But he does rejoin. He's not got any wing damage, which is important. He's back in the race. And he's 16th. So, I mean, Ryan Hunter-Reay's also lost his front wing. So, bad things have happened there. If you are new, by the way, we're running... This is the first round of my fancy motorsport streams that I'm going to be doing on here, which is basically fucking around in rFactor 2 doing fantasy championships with AI sim races. There we go. I figured that was where Hunter-Reay lost his wang. This is the first round of a full championship plan. Multi-class open wheel. Unfortunately not today, because the F1 cars couldn't be trusted, but you did miss the inaugural round of Formula Outlaw, which was Formula 1 oval racing. It was as awesome as it sounds. It was great. Anyway, Elio Castroneves, retired old man Elio Castroneves, is out here leading. Second is James Hinchcliffe, just ahead of one of the McLarens that he was fired from when McLaren joined. So the fans are loving this at the moment. Twitter's going to be going mad with sassy hot takes right now. But they better not me, because my boy Pato Award is trying to get second here. This is unbelievable scenes. Marco Andretti back up to fourth. Marcus Ericsson down to fifth after that palaver at the first turn. Power sixth. Ben Hanley seventh. Santino Fucknugget eighth. Max Chilton 9th, and Sage Karam fending off the advance of Charlie Kimball. Felipe Nasr looking to try and have a reunion with his old Sauber teammate Marcus Ericsson. They were teammates there, weren't they? And meantime, Scotty McLaughlin, having started on the pole, ran second on the opening lap and then just obliterated himself, yeeting at turn 1. He fell to 16th. He's now back up to 14th already. He's got a fast car, clearly. He's got a brand new fast car. And meantime, Ryan Hunter-Reay, well, he's had to pit to replace a Wang, so he's now at the back. But the way the AI works with that AI limiter I was telling you about earlier, which if you're new here, AI limiter is a setting in rFactor 2 which kind of keeps the field naturally kind of coming back together. It stops them from spreading out too vastly. So the fact that we're not running safety cars because the IndyCar AI in this mod don't know what a safety car is, it's counteracted by the fact the AI limiter is set that way, so the race should naturally sort of ebb and flow quite nicely. So hopefully, that's the point at least. Anyway, we decided to play a bit of Fall Guys after the stream as well. Oh, nice, nice. So, my boy, still stalking Hinch for second place overall. I mean, Hinch, desperate to prove a point that he should not have been fired by Schmidt-Peterson Motorsport last year, and McLaren came on board and brought in their own guys. Oh, the Pato Award sends it into the bus stop. Twitter is going to be disappointed, but, you know, that's just how things are. They've probably already forgotten about Hinch, and now they're whining about Sergio Perez. You know, it's one of those things, you know. It's like, I can understand it, but at the same time, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Ben Handley, part-timer out of the Dragon Speed stable, is legitimately running down Will Power for 6th place. And there's a man that we do not speak of. Excuse me. A bit of a cold this week, plus I've been shouting a lot on the stream already, so my throat is killing me. Anyway, Max Chilton running 9th. Sage Karam completes the top 10. And Scotty back up to 30. He's made 3 positions up in 3 laps since having that spin. So he's still doing all right. Now, the big thing to focus on in IndyCar races are fuel stops. They basically don't pit for tyres in this mod, unlike the F1 cars where they pit for tyres every 12 minutes. They pit for fuel. So, the easy way to tell what the fuel is, you can see it on the numbers on their wheel. So, Castro Neves got 56, Award 57, Hitchcock 55, 52 for Marco, 56 for Ericsson, 57 for Power, 57 for Hanley, 54 for Fucknut, 53 for Chilton, and 53 for Sage Karam. So, all the same for the moment. But sometimes, like obviously Ryan Hunter-Reay's pitted already, so he'll go a little bit longer on his first stint. Pretty much everyone running to around the same fuel number for the moment. But, oh, look at that though. Scotty McLaughlin is already down to 42 on his fuel. You can see that there, hopefully. So he's already down to 42 fuel. So you will get some pretty wacky strategies with the fuel out here, which I do appreciate very much. You will get people pit and then pit again so they can go to the end on that fuel stint. You'll get all sorts of wacky things going on. So it's all very interesting. And plus you'll get some cars having some absolutely bollocks pit stops. So there is that as well. Meantime, Pato Award has my boy Pato Award has taken second. For now, I'm quietly impressed because he has been bollocks in all of the test runnings that I've done for this series. The IndyCar World Series, you can tell that I actually want this to be more than just like a meme series. Because I've actually done tests for all the tracks and everything. I'm like, I want to make sure this actually works. I want it to be entertaining, but I also don't want it to be a full shit show. And Pato Award has been rubbish in almost all of them. Except now, he's actually, well, he's second. I mean, he's not gaining on an old man in the lead, and he's about to get sent by Hinch. Revenge sent. Oh, that's a nice alternative camera angle. I didn't even know that existed. There we go. Go on board with Hinch. Run up to the bus stop, or the inner loop, whatever you want to call it. No send this time. You know what, Rezi? If you can find this cheap enough, it's pretty fun to AI just sim races, because like, apparently the driving experience is amazing as well. And the AI to race against are amazing, for the most part. I mean, the fact that they're amazing to watch racing on their own is also very cool. As we've got Marco Andretti closing in. Obviously, Pato O'Ward is not actually going anywhere because he's actually just holding up Hinch now. And maybe it's just a big Castro Neves mark. It's like, no, Castro, you go win, mate. You go win. But Marco Andretti's there, as is Marcus Ericsson, who's going to be a bit salty after starting front row, leading the opening lap, and then getting caught up in Scott's failed send. Oh, Max Chilton's got ahead of Fucknut as well. I'm very pleased with that. Scotty McLaughlin, meanwhile, back up to 12th place. But as you can see on his steering wheel, on the fuel number, you see it middle left. He's down to 37 fuel. So he's burning a lot more fuel. Kimball in front of him has got 47. Karen 48. Fucknut 48. Chilton 48. So he's burning a lot more. Oh my God, what's happened here? What's happened here? Hinch sent it on my boy, and now everything's gone just completely tips up. Tips up, tits up. You know what I mean? So Hinch back to second. Pato O'Ward somehow has protected third. I must protect third, but he's brought the entire rest of the top 10 along with him, including Marcus Ericsson, Marco Andretti, Will Power, Ben Hanley's in there, Max Chilton's in there, Fucknut's in there, and he's just been slapped up by Karam. Sage Karam, oh, Kimball spun, and Charlie Kimball spun, and Felipe Nasr spun in avoidance. Just the tip, it's up. Very good. Well, they've recovered and got back going. That still sucks for them. Well, who's the other guy involved? It was Kimball, who's now 19th, and Nasr, who's now 22nd. Oh, Connor Daly having a bit of a struggle there. Look at all these guys at the back, by the way, just being a bit rubbish. Joseph Newgarden, for one. Felix Rosenquist, who was OP in some of the test races I did. But still a long way for them to go. Ray Hall's back here. My king boy, Taku Sato's still back here. Rossi's back here. Scott Dixon is back here. So much for us spending about 10 minutes trying to get you in this field. By the way, Rezi, as fun as it is to sim races on this game, there's a reason why I describe rFactor 2 as an amazing sim racing game inside a menu and interface so unintuitive, it's like using Microsoft Excel on a Windows 98 laptop at the bottom of a fucking well. But it's one of those things where you do have to have... Oh my God. You know what I was saying about Pato O'Ward not being terrible? Can we just speak about the fact that's how far away Castro Neves is? Hinchcliffe passed him for second a lap ago. That's how far ahead he is. Ericsson passed him for third. Andretti for fourth. Hanley for fifth. And now look. There's a common denominator here. And it's Pato O'Ward being as slow as Chungus. I don't even know how slow Chungus actually is. All I know is it's slow. In fact, he's so slow, look who's caught back up with him. Scott McLaughlin, who's sent himself into the shadow realm at the start of lap 2. It's lap 8 and he's back into the top 10. As Max Chilton's just sent to easily pop. Look at the hook! Did Pato O'Ward forget to bolt tyres on for this race or what? Anyway, Fucknut's not in the top 10, so you know, I'm just happy really. Things could always be worse. You could be Zach Veach. Speed of Chungus is the opposite to the speed of sound. Thank you for the explanation there, Mike. Appreciate that. Right, so, you know I said about AI limiting, making sure the field doesn't spread out too much. Well, Castro Neves is now 7 seconds ahead of Hinch, who is in turn 3 seconds ahead of Ericsson, 2 seconds ahead of Andretti, Ben Hanley, Max Chilton, Scotty McLaughlin, Will Power, and Pato O'Ward. Nearly got slapped up around the outside. Penultimate turn. So I need to remember my track map here. How many turns? Oh, Chilton! Chilton! And Scotty! Oh, nearly spun himself out again, sending a turn 1. So let's remind ourselves of the track map. So we've got turn 1, this is turn 2. Maximum Chilton, yeah it is. Turn 3, and would this be 4? I would assume 4 up here. And then up here's the bus stop, or inner loop. So is that 5, 6, 7, 8? I don't know. 5, 6, 7, 8. Americans do cornering for their road courses. Very weird. They'll be like, no, there's 20 corners on this track. It's like, no, it's an oval. Where have you come up with the idea that there's like 50 corners on it? And now we're into the boot section. Someone fancies pulling up a map for me. A track map. Or I could just do it on my phone. Oh, I could also do that. Right, so yeah, Elio's kind of legged it, but let's compare his lap times as he comes across the line this first time. Well, this time anyway. To complete 9 laps. So, across the line this time. 1:31.6. Where's Hinch at? 1:30.1. So there you go, 2.5 seconds. Marcus Ericsson, 31.8. 32.4. Ben Hanley, by the way, is kind of the next cork in the bottom. Look at Scotty. Look at Scotty go. Oh, he sent it on 2 guys in one straight. The absolute flex of this lad. He's come out. He's out here. Obviously salty that he couldn't debut in IndyCar IRL this year because of some inconvenient disease called COVID. So he's out here. He stuck it on pole in his first full IndyCar race. Well, IndyCar World Series race. Ran second on the opening lap, sent it at turn 1 on lap 2, spun himself out, fell down to 16th, and by lap 10 he's back up in the top 5. This man is on a mission. Like I said, the only downside is he's running his fuel lap way quicker than everyone else. Like Castro Neves out front is on 38 units of fuel, 29, 36, 26. And then what's Chilton on? 36, 40, 40. Karam's hold still, 36. Renus VK is up in the top 10 out of nowhere, very nice. Bourdais 11th, Palou 12th, Pagenaud 3rd. For fuck's sake. Can you make his brakes fail? Whose brakes? What, Castro Neves? Or Scotty? No! I love Scotty! I'm not nobbling him. Or is it just an anti-Penske thing? You know, maybe. Right, Scotty across the line. 1:30.1. He's slapping him. He's already gaining on Marco Andretti. Meantime, James Hinchcliffe is running down a dream. I mean, Castro Neves. I will not accept Scott McLaughlin slander in here. Our king of Jandal. Anyway, Hinch is... It's the battle of the guys unemployed by their teams for this season. It's the battle of the... Well, we'll give you a start in the 500 for old time's sake, guys. Well, Castro Neves' case anyway. Hinchcliffe, that's an Andretti car, isn't it? That's not an Aaron McLaren SP. Because their third driver for the 500 was Fernando Alonso. I find it funny that he's not even included in this mod. Anyway, Marcus Ericsson. You know, the other member of that front row, along with Scotty. I think he got a very fast car. I mean, he should. It's a Ganassi car. So we've got Penske, Andretti, Ganassi, the big three of IndyCar. Another Andretti, another Penske. Who's the number 59? I don't actually know. Whoever it is, Maximum Chilton. He's out here. Doing Blighty proud so far. And then Ben Hanley for the Dragon Speed team. Will Power in 8th for Penske. Sage Karam 9th for somewhere else. And Renus VK out here. That's Ed Carpenter racing, isn't it? Number 21. Although Bourdais running him down. Oh, and Palou. Alex Palou has hit pit lane with a missing wang. So, what has happened here? What has gone on here? I mean, really now, what's happened here? Oh, there it was. Oh, dearie me. Oh, dear. Well, that was unlucky. He was trying to go around the outside of Bourdais back there, which is always going to hit Scott McLaughlin's back to 4th. Jesus Christ. This man, he's giving it all to Jandal. This is just a performance fueled on sheer Jandal. We've activated Jandal mode. Meantime, Max Chilton is just along for the ride here. He's like, fuck me, Scotty's quick. If I can try and keep up with him, I might do all right out here. So Bourdais up into P10 now, ahead of Renus VK, the rookie, and Simon Pagenaud in 12th. One of the first of the big hitters to actually be having him. How's Pato Award so slow? Ah, end my suffering. At least he's far better IRL. Right, so Ryan Hunter-Ray 24th, because he had to fix his wang earlier. I assume same thing for Taku Sato, maybe. I hope. Yeah, there's Palou. Charlie Kimball, I assume that was the legacy of his wreck. And Colton Herter as well. And of course, Zach Veach are only DNF. Meantime, we are going to have a battle for the lead very shortly by the looks of it. Very shortly, in fact. Hinchcliffe has run down Castro Neves. Now, what's the gap? 10 seconds first to third. But Ericsson, running on his own, might still be able to close in now. Now he's on his own. He might be able to get some fresh air. And Scotty is going to start closing in very quickly. And at what point... So, Colton Herter's there. Castro Neves is there. DNF 0 laps complete. Literally what? Engine failure, was it? It was an engine failure, was it now? I think you're being very kind there, game. Excuse me. Oh, my throat's killing me. Oh, God. We're coming up on a quarter distance complete. Well, in about 3 more laps, 2 more. And it's about time for some crisps. Because, you know, I've decided we've got to battle for the lead. And she would close right in. All with Hinch up through the S's. One of the reasons Watkins Glen is one of my favourite tracks in the world. Following close to the bus stop. There's quite a few decent passing zones at Watkins Glen for these cars. This down here is quite a good one, but you have to be a lot closer. Oh, looks like he got a good run through there. Might be a chance for the send up here. Might be... Nope, not close enough. He's being patient. I mean, we're barely a quarter distance in the race. There's no need to yeet yourself into Narnia. Scotty, who is genuinely running down markers for P3 now. Although, he's so much lower on fuel than everyone else around him. Meantime, if Hinch gets a good run out of the final corner, which he has. This might be on at turn 1. No. No. Oh. I'm just wondering why they chose ketchup and mustard. That's the colour scheme of the rumble strip. You know, that's a good question. Also, holy shit, Scotty's now only 3 seconds behind Marcus Ericsson. Meantime, it's continued to follow this battle for the lead. If I remember rightly, the pit window at Watkins Glen, I don't have my notes with me, it's around lap, I want to say like 17 to 21 or so. Meantime, how did Max Chilton end up behind Ben Hanley again? Well, there's Will Power and Sage Karam up in here as well. And there's Sebastian Bourdais. Pagano's got ahead of Rinus VK. And there's the fucknut sort of existing on his own. Let me just remind you, my boy Pato Award started 3rd. No, he started 5th and he was running 3rd early on. He was running 2nd early on. What happened, man? Meantime, Paolo and Sato and Kimball are very last, as a Herter. Oh! Oh no! What's happened? We've suddenly come back. Oh, Hinchcliffe went for the same move as Scotty at turn 1. And it went just as badly. Well then. That gives Castro Neves a bit of an out for the moment. meantime, Max Still's losing a bucket load of positions. I don't know what happened there. So what's the gap first to second now? Only 3.1 seconds, James. Didn't lose that much there, by the look of it. He got lucky. But Marcus Ericsson's now only 7.6 seconds behind Casneves. And Scotty is now 9.9 back. Oh, God. But, as we mentioned already, Scotty does have like 0 fuel left compared to everyone else. Actually, I'm very curious as to what fuel mileage actually is here on average. So let's follow Marco Andretti for a lap. Come on, line 130.3. That's a good lap. So he started on 16 units of fuel at the start of the lap. Excuse me. 15, there we go, so there's 1. Okay, Ben Hamley's a decent distance back. No, my voice, Jesus. Oh. Late entry to the bus stop there. Big turn through the outer loop there. So that's 2 units. Absolute units. Back, let's turn that off for a moment. Watkins Glen is such a good track. It's such a good track. I love it. Can't believe Watkins Glen don't even go there anymore. IndyCar doesn't even go there anymore. They went back briefly and then were like, nah. Why? It was so close to the perfect schedule. Alright, so 13, that's 3 units of fuel in a lap. So people that are better and quicker at maths than me can start working out some pit windows for these guys. Whoa. That was a bit skittish coming out the final corner there, Marco. Also love the fact they've got the reflections and everything for the aero screen modelled. That's awesome. Oh, Scotty's in. Hardly surprising. He was drinking fuel like I drink pints of Fanta Zero. I missed when they raced in my home city. Baltimore, right? That was awesome. Well, it wasn't. The track was a bit of a shit show, but it must still have been really cool. Oh, no. Oh, look who Scotty's come out behind. He's come out behind the fuck nut. And Oliver Askew. No problem with Askew. He's fine. Right, Scotty, you know what you must do. You must slap up the fuck nut. You'll see him a mile off. He's in the bright yellow car with an annoyingly really good livery for such a twat. And he's got stupid hair. So just go and deck him. Baltimore's known for having awful roads. Oh, wow. Alright, meantime, I missed when they raced in my country. Do I remember you saying earlier, Bobble Johns, you're from Australia? The Lexmark, the Gold Coast, Surfers Paradise, fuck yeah. That was awesome. I wish they'd come back, even on the truncated layout, it would still be awesome. And I've just spilt Fanta on myself. But that's fine. That is okay. Surface was good, yeah. So Andretti 4th, Hanley 5th, Power up to 6th place. Karam up to 7th. These two have been moving up quite nicely, you know. Bourdais 8th, he's ahead of Maximum Chilton. And Simon Pagenaud snuck into the top 10 as well. Very good. Although he's battling off the advances of Venus VK, the rookie. They're going to go side by side into turn 1. Oh, he's got it done. Oh, but Pagenaud comes back. This is a good little battle here. The chicane of doom. Oh, was that the random chicane on the front straight? That was ridiculous. Oh, my God. Like, in a bad way, but... Oh, my God. Speaking of ridiculous, Scotty McLaughlin's legit just got around the outside of Oliver Askew at turn 2. This This man cannot be stopped, although for some reason he barely put any fuel in his car on the last stop because he's only got 9 units of fuel. Some of the pit strategies are a bit bewildering, I will say. But, you know, maybe he's going for a short... I don't know. High speed straight into a narrow chicane with massive curves, yeah. Alex Rossi, meanwhile, has moved up. He's up to 15th now, ahead of Jack Harvey. Felipe Nasser, who spun earlier, he's up to 17th now, ahead of Rahal. You started 5th! Why? Why must you disappoint me? Anyway, especially disappointing with my other boy, my king boy. He's like the last car left running. Anyway, meantime, James Hinchcliffe is caught back up with Castroneves. It's time for round 2. The slugfest. Meantime, Ericsson, I believe, is still chipping away at the lead. Just ever so slightly. Yeah, down to 6.5 seconds now. Which is good, because 4th place is now 20 seconds back. Meantime, Simon Pagenaud is in. The big one happened before they managed one turn. Oh, God, I remember that at Baltimore. Was that in the ALMS or IndyCar? It was just like, and it's green, green. I was just like, what the fuck was that? What nonce designed this track? Yeah, I remember that. Alright, so Pagenaud's in for a big stop. Felix Rosenquist also in. These guys at the back, so I wonder if they're just fueling up and deciding, fuck it, we're going to go for nice long stints from the back. We're going to go for long stints. Right at 19 laps, so there you go. Meantime, the battle for the lead is back on. Hinch right up behind Castroneves. Has led a charmed life so far. He inherited the lead after Scotty's failed send on Marcus Ericsson. And then when Hinch ran him down the first time, he failed his send at turn 1. Meantime, that's Rosenquist coming out. Not far ahead of his teammate, but a lap down. But, of course, I would say green flag pit stop's going to be a thing. Of course they are. There's no safety cars, so... So there's Rosenquist. That will probably be pretty faster than the 2 leaders because he's on new tyres as well. Meantime, Hinch out here scrapping with Elio. Might also just try and sit behind him and try and jump him in the pits. That is something that's happened a lot. Yeah, a lot of movement in the pits. Meantime, there's Marcus Ericsson, who's gradually closing back in. Ben Hanley up to 4th. Power up to 5th. Bourdais running 6th. Very nice. Oliver Askew 7th. Rossi 8th, I believe. Yep, more pit stops. Okay. Why is Scott McLaughlin pitting again? Surely he'd pit and give him maximum fuel the first time he turns. Anyway, there's some very silly strategies going on in this game sometimes. Apparently it's a result, or can be a result of speeding up time scaling. And I have sped it up because mechanical failures are also time scaled, otherwise we'd never get any mechanical failures because they're real time. Oh, meantime, both the leaders are in at once. As is Marcus Ericsson from 3rd. No, I don't think Hanley's staying out, so here we go. This is going to be all important. Because he's a dumbass. Do I take it you don't like Scotty McLaughlin? No, I'm just getting the sense, you know? Let me guess, you're a Holden fan. Alright. Elio's up to the maximum 70. Hinch only feeling up to 53. And is Marcus Ericsson going to jump both of them? Yes, he is! Marcus Ericsson jumps both of them in the pits. And Marcus Ericsson will retake the lead of the motor race. Hinchcliffe's like, yeah, jump Castroneves in the power, for fuck's sake. Right, Elio down to 3rd now, so his luck's kind of run out. He's a cheater. Oh, is this still salt about Bathurst last year? Wasn't that his teammate? I don't even know. Anyway, Marcus Ericsson has resumed the lead of the motor race, which he only had for 1 lap, and then Scotty kind of blew it for him, kind of chundered on it at the end of a lap. Hinch still 2nd, which must be very annoying for him, and Elio out in 3rd. 4th now is Ryan Hunter-Ray, and 5th is Marco Andretti, who, if he's on schedule, should have just... okay. The last... That is salt right there. Right, anyway. So there's Elio. Ryan Hunter-Reay up to 4th, but of course, he hasn't pitted yet because he pitted earlier to fix his wing. So, meanwhile, Marco Andretti should have pitted recently, and I don't know, it's the bus stop, not the bus send. Marco Andretti pulling the unusual strat of pitting for fuel and not putting any fuel in. No, either. Anyway, Palu, same thing. Although he pitted a lot later because he lost his wang a lot later than Hunter-Reay, so he's still out here for a bit. My king boy Taku Sato, same thing. Ben Hanley in 8th. He will have recently pitted and also not put any fuel in for some reason. Will Power 9th. He has just pitted and put fuel in. That's kind of the point. Kimball up to 10th. Now remember, he spun not long ago, so Sage Karam, Maximum Chilton, Renus VK. Where's Padge? Oh, Padgeno had a bit of a shit stop. He pitted and they just gave him a sandwich. Yeah, it's like, you need refueling, mate. Have a sandwich. It's egg and cress. Your favourite. You're not going to refuel my car. Oh, is that what you meant by refuel? Oh, bollock. All right, you'll have to come back in then. Oh, for fuck's sake. Anyway, fucknuts down in 19th. So, oh, God. Meantime, Jack Harvey just got slapped up by Colton Herter. That boy's 23rd, for fuck's sake. I continue to be disappointed. Meantime, this battle for 4th is getting good. Between teammates, by the way. Hunter-Reay and Marco. They throw a Husky chocolate popper in his car and gave him a pat on the head. Marcus Ericsson, by the way, is being run down all over again by Hinch. Hinch is like a dog with a bone out here today. Not a boner, don't be rude. And Helio's just like, I'm happy to be here. Meantime, this battle for 4th. I'm kind of torn between flipping between the battle for the lead and the battle for 4th. They're both just flames at the moment. Oh, hang on. Yeah, they're both pitting. Okay, because the Andretti's, they're just like, what strategy? What is that? Meanwhile, though, Palu might be doing all right here because, like I said, he halfway through, he's completely off sequence at the moment. But it has put him up 4th ahead of Ben Hanley. Taku Sato 6th is in the same position instead of Will Power. Or Renus VK. We just cut back to Renus VK. He sent it past Maximum Chilton and Sage Karam and Kimmel and Sebastian Bourdais, who's got Scotty behind him. He's got Scotty behind him, and now he's actually got fuel in his car. If Scotty still gets a decent result, it'll be... Oh, Ray Holder slaps up Connor Daly. And Marco's now 22nd. Yeah, Ryan Hunter-Reay's 27th. I mean, Ryan Hunter-Reay we should have expected. Why is Jack Harvey pitting? You absolute weapons. Oh, meantime, who cares about stupid pit strategy when we've got a battle for the lead? We have got a battle for the lead out here. It is on. Marcus Ericsson versus James Hinchcliffe. All Hinchcliffe has wanted to do all race is just lead. He just hasn't been able to. Oh, now they're going to have Jack Harvey coming out the pits as well for traffic. Because there's also a bonus prize that I didn't mention for who's got the stupidest pit strategy. Check his out. Anyway, Bobble John's still lobbing salt from the grandstands. He's in the back of race control. It's like, get Scotty's car checked out. I'm not having this. We're like, sir, shush. Oh! Hinchcliffe a little bit loose there. That's right on board with James. Hammers Hinchcliffe. Now, question is, I was just about to say, is Castro Neves now gaining back in as well? The answer is, yes, he is. Back down to just 2.1 seconds. Meantime, Alex Palu is 27 seconds back. Meanwhile, security is escorting Bobble Johns away from the Armco barracks as he tries to throw thumbtacks on the track. Then Will Power runs them over instead. Look, I'd have less of a problem with that, to be honest. Meantime, Maximum Chilton's still sitting in the top 10. And Renus VK doing all right out here in 8th. He's doing okay, you know. He's doing okay. So Sato, 22 units of fuel left in his car for the moment. Hanley has 7. Yeah, work that one out. Palu's got 25, 24 now. And oh my word, we've looked away for a second and we've got a lead change. James Hinchcliffe finally leads the motor race. It's all he's wanted all day. But now we've got the top 3 all wedged together. Hinch, then Ericsson, and then Castro Neves. My throat is just completely giving up on life. It doesn't want to live on this planet anymore. But we're barely at halfway in this inaugural New York Grand Prix. The NYC Grand Prix. The start of the inaugural IndyCar World Series. Reviving the Champ Car World Series concept, but, you know, with IndyCar. Oh, meantime, speaking of willpower, dare slap up my king boy. Dare do that. No, I'm not having this. Look, we all know you're going to send it on him. Just get it over with cleanly, all right? Meantime, we can't look away for this battle for the lead because it is just absolute flames. So Ericsson running second, which is where he started the race. So I guess things are going not too badly for him at the moment, but having led coming out of the pits, it's still a disappointment in his life. He's now defending from Castro Neves. Meantime, Hinchcliffe is starting to pull a little bit of a gap on Ericsson. Not much. Oh, excuse me, not much at all. Meantime, Renus VK up to 7th, 8th. 9th is Kimball, St. Karam, Askew, Bourdais, Pagano, Rossi, Fucknut, Herter, Nazar, and Marco now in 20th because that. Can we change Ferrucci's brake pedal with another throttle? You know, this is the kind of sabotage I can really get on board with. Now you're speaking my language. Sorry, I don't mean that at all. I meant Fucknut. I just can't say his name. It's Santino. Fucknut. I just can't do it. Anyway. Oh, we've got Askew and Karam side by side in the bus stop. And Karam's gone around. Sage Karam's gone around. That was never going to work. That was going to work about as well as thumbtacks in your birthday cake. Simon Pagano now closing up behind, but luckily Karam hasn't lost too many positions. Meantime, Scotty's having real trouble getting past Sebastian Bourdais. Whilst that, I can hear some cheering from behind me. Santino fucking Gucci bag. Anyway, Askew delivering a pretty good top 10. I mean, if Pato Ward is going to start 5th and then just completely flop harder than the Milwaukee Bucks come playoff time, then at least Askew can try and do something with McLaren. Here's Charlie Kimball, though. Still running off sequence, by the way. Him and Takuma Sato, obviously 5th. Palu 4th. Those guys are all running a bit off sequence at the moment, so... Also, I got really confused for a second. I'm like, how did Felipe Nasr get up to 4th? He hasn't. He's just very last now. It's a real shame. Meantime, here's about for 2nd. Ericsson clinging on to 2nd place. It's basically these 3 out on their own at the moment. Oh, no, I think... Hang on. I think... Oh... Yeah, rFactor 2 also likes to do this sometimes, where it just forgets where my mouse is. It doesn't show the mouse is not on the screen now. Yep, the mouse is just completely not on the screen anymore. So I have to go over to my other monitor, got here, there. Look, there's no monitor. Things are highlighted, there's no mouse. There you go, things get highlighted, but there's nothing. And so that's just lovely. I love having that in my life. I love having that as part of my life. Meantime, Alex Palu wasn't the gap after the pit stops like 27 seconds? It's now 23. It's the field closing up while the top 3 battle away. Oh, Castro Neves going for the send. How's he? No, he hasn't made it stick at all. I was just about to say, how the fuck did he make that stick? went so many before him. Now I can't find the full screen button, please. I just have to sort of wave my mouse around until it finds that. Oh, nearly. We're in the vicinity. Oh, we're nearly there. Nearly there. No, we're just sort of. Oh. Okay, we're on the leaderboard apparently. So if oh, there we go. Yes. All right. We might just have to deal without time differences for the rest of this race. But never mind. Meantime, Charlie Kimball. Ollie Askew now to 8th. I would assume that's because more people have been pitting. Yeah, Ben Hanley's now down to 20th because he's another one running the potato-brained pit strategies. Oh, meantime, cut back and the battle for second. Castroneves is back into second. Ericsson has been slapped up by a part-time driver and a part-time old man. No, he's not a part-time old man. He's an old man all the time now, but... Anyway, Elio back up to second place. And Elio's very good on fuel, by the way. As is Marcus Ericsson. So Hinch is going to have to pit a lot earlier than these guys. And we work out they use about 3 units of fuel a lap, so... Hinch is good for another 10 laps. Is that going to be enough to get to the end? On one more stop? I assume Castroneves and Ericsson are fine. I guess Palu's trying to get into a position where he can do it on one more stop. And should be able to. Sato just about as well. Power, yeah, Power. Kimball, yeah, he should be good. Askew, yeah, he's out here. Big old Scotty, even with his absolutely ridiculous pit strategy. Is he just like, look, just keep giving me fuel because I'm going to run this thing like cranked up to 11 on the fuel mix. I'm just going to run rich mix the entire race and like blow my engine up. Meantime, Castroneves has cleared Ericsson and is hunting down James Hinchcliffe. James Hinchcliffe versus Helio Castroneves. What year is this? Is this 2013? Or like, I don't know, 2011? Oh, and he has absolutely just run down. It might be that Elio has the second fastest car on the grid today. Right now, in the field. With the fastest car being his teammate, Scotty. Of all the Penske teammates in this race he has, it's not Will Power with the fastest car, although he is doing pretty well. He's up in 6th. It's not Simon Pagenaud, who's back up to 13th. It's not his reigning IRL champion teammate, Joseph Newgarden, who's 24th and has kind of done nothing all race. Nah, it's his rookie teammate. Yep, okay. Meanwhile, Felipe Nasr just like, can I just pretend I'm in this battle? Can I just pretend? I've had a shit race. Please. Please. Also, let me just have a look and see. Save race results. rFactor. What? Does anyone want to take bets on how, like, bollocks it's going to be to try and save results from a race in this game? Hang on, oh my god, is there an actual thing you need to download? It's like a mod. Ah. Okay, so there is a tool to export XML files that the game makes at the end of each session. Oh, meantime, while I was just looking at my phone, did Helio fuck up a turn 1? Because all of a sudden, probably harder than flying a space shuttle, yeah. You're not wrong. Okay, he ran a bit wide out of turn 1. Because Marcus Ericsson suddenly closed right up behind him again. So, Hinch continues to... Oh, they're about to lap my boy. Oh, no. Pain. Oh, meantime. Oh, we've had some pit stops. These are the guys that were off sequence. So, Palu's in. Yeah, he'll be good to go to the end on one more stop, like the guys in front. So, Bourdais, Sage Karam, and Oliver Askew at the bottom end of the top 10, just ahead of Maximum Chilton. And Alex Rossi, who's come up through the field rather nicely, having started like in no man's land at the back. He's ahead of Fucknut, so we can be happy about that. Ben Hanley and Marco Andretti, yeah, they were running top 10 earlier, and now they're there. Well, Taku Sato, you had to... Oh, go on, Taku. Oh, it's like the end of the Indy 500 all over again. Oh, he slapped up Scott Dixon in the bus stop. Oh, dear. Scott Dixon, he just has nightmares at the sight of Taku Sato now. He's like, I'm about to win the biggest race of my life. No! And then the flying Sato comes in out of nowhere. Meanwhile, Felix Rosenquist just chilling out 20th. Pato Awards legit second last. And didn't he just pit? Did you not just pit? And now you've got like no fuel. What the fuck? What strategist? Can someone go down there and punch Pato Award strategist? Oh, and he just crashed trying to send it on Colton Herta. Just fuck everything about my life. All of it. Oh, meantime, Felipe Nasr's just decided to do the same, take that same energy, and decided to send it on Elio Castroneves trying to unlap himself, and then put a wheel in the grass. So Elio's just like, fuck, what are you doing? I'm trying to run down Hinch, you doofus. And Marcus Ericsson's like, oh, cheers, I'll just take second back, and send it on Nasr as well. Ha ha! Felipe Nasr doing a solid for his former Sauber teammate. His former Formula 1 teammate. He's done him a solid there. You love to see it. Well, not if you're a Castroneves fan. You really don't love to see it. So Ericsson briefly up into second once again. And Hinch continues to lead. Means and Nasr, having done all of that, is now pitting anyway. Well in, well done. Meantime, Will Power is now a legit fourth on pace and strategy, so he's doing all right. And Scotty's fifth. How? I haven't the faintest idea. He's just ahead of Alex Palu, who should be good to go. So quite near the end, at least. He'll be good to go to the end on one more stop, but he'll only have to make a short stop for fuel near the end. Maybe that's what these other guys are doing. They're like, well, we'll only have to make one short pit now. Why don't we do the short pit now? Wait, we don't... Never mind. So our top three kind of out on their own. Oh, my mouse is back! The mouse has come back! Hey! I don't know what I pressed to bring it back, but never mind. I'll take it. One of the thumbtacks poked a hole in his fuel tank. Alright, so... Hinch, Ericsson and Castroneves continue their three-way battle for the lead, their triple threat battle for the lead. 24.5 seconds ahead of Will Power in fourth. 36 ahead of Scott McLaughlin in fifth. 38 ahead of Paolo in sixth. Bourdais having a pretty good race in seventh. Sage Karam back to eighth after a spin. Ollie Askew ninth. And Maximum Chilton into... Oh, there's smoke. Oh, there's more smoke now. Because Maximum Chilton and Ollie Askew have just crashed. Oh, no. And Maximum Chilton's nose has been smashed off by Alex Rossi. Oh, dear. And it was Graham Rahal that was smoking. So Graham Rahal's car smoking, and then Max Chilton and Ollie Askew got into it at the bus stop. And then in trying to recover, Max Chilton bashed Alexander Rossi's wang off, and he also took Fucknut's wang off as well. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, I guess. But, yeah. Why are you back in the pits, you nonce? Why? I'm going... Sorry, yeah. Where was I? Oh, yeah. The race that does not involve my boy Pato Award, who started fifth. I was running second. What? I'm not salty about this. Especially the fact my other boy is fucking 20th. It's not been a good day. Oh, the Renus VK. Been a pretty bollocks day for him. Has he had another one of those stupid strats where it's just like, yeah, I've come in to refuel. Why are you giving me a packet of crisps? Meantime, can we get Fs in chat for Maximum Chilton? He was having a legitimately awesome race. He was running top 10 all day, as high as 5th, and now he's kind of wanged that up the wall. But he did take down Fucknut with him, and Angry Rossi, so, you know, there we go. Oh, meantime, the battle for second is back. Oh my god! Marcus Ericsson straight up wheel banging with Castro Neves. That ain't going to work on the wily old fox. He sees your wheel banging, and he just responds with a send. And meantime, Hinch has come out right behind Max Chilton. He now wants him to be minimum Chilton, and he is. There we go. Oh, they're still going to be side by side. It's the bus. Oh! Max Chilton. He's straight up blocking Hinch. Oh, God. Oh, no. Thank you, Resi, for the clip. Was that the clip of me going off to beat up Pato Award's strategist? Not that there is such a thing. There's just some lad eating burgers at the back. It's like, no, he's just frauded his way in. He's like some of the lads that the UFC had for their first ever events, where they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm 200-0 in my pro fighting career. What's your fighting style? Dave Jitsu. Is that legit? Yeah, no, it's amazing. I've killed a man in the ring before. So, you actually a fighter? Well, if I'm honest, I'm actually a taxi driver. But I'm sick at Tekken. So, you know, I have got a 100-0 record on Tekken. Who against? My mate's little brother, who's 12. Fine, you can compete at the first UFC event. Meantime, Marcus Ericsson slid to third again. Elio's back prowling for prowling for the lead on Hinch. And Maximum Chilton's just like, can I join in as well? And I was like, no, fuck off. Hey man, I could be much more sweary over here. Like, Paul Tracy must be jealous. Although, we'd have even less tolerance for his creepy feet jokes. Like, my dude, the feet cool. I like them, it's fine. Not on live TV, for fuck's sake. Paul, sit down. There's like a rolled up newspaper. Paul, shut up, sit down. It's just a rolled up newspaper with Horny Patrol written on it. Anyway. Meantime, this battle for the lead it's been these three cars on the track, and who else even bothered showing up today? Although Scotty, you know, there's this little... Whoa, was that... Oh, Elio Castroneves just ran wide. And there goes Marcus Ericsson back in second again. Hinch must be loving this. Oh, well, meanwhile, Maximum Chilton, he's just out here. It's like, fuck it. He ran at Ganassi for a bit. He's mates with Ericsson. He was in F1 with Ericsson. He's doing him a solid. That's what's happening. There's also someone's rear wing just sitting in the middle of the track back there. And, oh, Graham Rahal has indeed retired. We saw his car smoking. Yep, that's it. Graham Rahal's out. Oh, dear. And meantime, Hinch is on pit road. This is probably too early to go to the end on just this stop, to go to the end from here. So that'll put Ericsson back in the lead, ahead of Castro Neves. More power staying out a bit longer. Seems like Elio's been, not Elio, Hinch has been using a lot more fuel than everyone else. The downside of leading, potentially, but Palu's got a lot of fuel in reserve. Going off sequence early on might be working out a treat for the rookie Spaniard. Hinchcliffe back out. He'll be back out in about 7th by the look of it. That's if he doesn't beat Bourdais. No, Bourdais beat him out of the pits. No! Not quite. He will get out in 6th, just ahead of Bourdais. Karam's in the pits as well, as is Ollie Askew, who is missing a bit of his front wang, but obviously he's kept on sequence, unlike Maximum Chilton and meantime Takusato. Hit him again because he's bored, I guess. Meantime, Fucknut is in 24th. You know, I will tolerate the fact that he's still ahead of my boy somehow, but you know. Anyway, the battle for the lead is back on. Not that it was ever off. It's basically been constant throughout the entire race. It was Scotty versus Marcus Ericsson. And then Elio versus Hinch. And then Hinch versus Ericsson. And then Hinch versus Ericsson versus Castroneves. Just sort of everyone involved, really. Oh, sorry, I've got to turn that off. It was really doing my eyes are starting to hurt a bit there. Right, so we're on lap 39 of 60 in the inaugural NYC Grand Prix. Looks like Power's pitting now. Yes, he is. Scotty continues on. He's pretty good on fuel because he made like 3 pit stops in 2 laps for some reason. Palu, we know, is good on fuel. Here comes the Hinchster, Hinchmaster General, and he has successfully driven away from Sebastian Bourdais. It's almost like he's got a pretty fast car. Meantime, back up front, Ericsson's got a little air gap now to Castroneves, not much. And Scotty's now 3rd because Power's pitted in. Scotty's back on the podium. The absolute scenes. 14 units of fuel, so around a rate of 3 per lap. If you can see there in the middle of the steering wheel, left middle, and the columns on the steering wheel, you'll see the fuel number. So at the moment for Ericsson it's 14. For Castroneves, who's very close behind again, it's 16. So they've both got about 3 or 4 laps more fuel to go for their next stop, which they'll be hoping they might just be in the window to go to the end on fuel from here. That will be very useful. Yeah, they're on lap 40 now. The pit window up until now has been around like 17 to 20 laps or so. They might be able to go the distance here. Poor Scotty won't be able to. Palu will have to pit again, but that's not too bad. Hinch should be hoping he makes it. Well, no, he won't be able to, will he? Bourdais will be pitting one more time shortly. Will Power? Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to the end either. It's going to be really interesting down the stretch, guys. Very, very interesting. They're about to lap Taki Sato. They're about to lap both of my boys. I am just pain. I understand the pain of Ferrari fans in 2020. I feel their pain deep in my chest. Meantime, Marcus Ericsson. Oh, how slow do you want to take that corner? Well, that's brought Castroneves back into play. Not that he was ever out of play. Both very close on fuel. I would imagine they both pit on the same lap. Now, what was weird about the Hinch thing, what was interesting, sorry, about the fact that Hinch had to pit earlier was that surely earlier, they all pitted on the same lap earlier. Did Hinch just under fuel and still get beaten off pit road? Maybe Pato Award's fired strategist has wandered over to James Hinchcliffe's strategist. Just like, no, you know the real way to do it. Yeah, the real way to do it. Because he was drunk. She's on the radio to Pato Awards. It's like, well, you're in at that 14, mate. We'll put some Russian standard in. Pato's just on the radio like, excuse me, do you not want to put fuel in my car? No, put some. I've got to create some Russian standard. Pato's like, please, McLaren, can I not get a better crew chief? And they were like, no, this is the guy that crewed Fernando Alonso at the Indy 500. What, the year that he didn't qualify? Oh, shit. Anyway, back to this lead battle. It just hasn't really gone away for the entire race, and I'm kind of glad it hasn't. Meanwhile, my mouse has vanished again, which is lovely. It just decides when it wants to go. All right, so at lap 40, we've got Felix Rosenquist on pit road. We've got 19 seconds between first and third. Palu 4th now, Hinchcliffe 5th after his stop. Bourdais 6th, Will Power 7th, Ben Handley back up to 8th, Marco Andretti 9th, and Ryan Hunter-Reay in the top 10. Now, can I find the full screen button? I had it for a second. Oh, God. No! Why are we in split screen when there's a battle for the lead? Oh, Castroneves nearly got the lead back there. Nearly. But got cut off in the S's. And now Maximum, Chilton and Pato Award are side by side. And I think, depressingly, that's the position. Right, where's my mouse? I need full screen, please. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, we've had a crash. We've had a crash in the bus stop right in front of the leaders. Yeah, very good. Hang on. Quickly, I'll use this rewind. It's not much, but it'll do. It was Taku Sato and Fuck Nugget. The absolute fuck nut. Hang on. Pause. There we go. And then we go up through here. Where? There. The fuck nut has taken out my... Really? Do we just boot Ferrucci for that? No, I mean really now. I mean honestly. Have you seen anything of the like? I've also now got to manually fast forward again. And there we go. We're back in real time. Meantime, this battle for the lead continues. For a few things, but a full nuclear winter. But stop this. Oh no! What's happened there? Oh no! Oh my god! Oh, what's happened there? Marcus Ericsson was going to pit road, and Elio Castroneves tried to sweep around the outside of him to keep going, and just crashed straight into him. Oh, what a disaster! Oh, nightmare, nightmare! So Scotty's now back on pit road, because he had to be anyway. Ericsson's got a busted wang. Elio's got to do a full lap with a busted wang. Palu's going to probably be leading the race. Well, no, Hinch is, because Hinch is already pitted meantime. Oh my, Gideon, what is going on here? And those wing repairs take a while. Oh, well, fuck me, having said that. Marcus Ericsson's back out there. Is he going to jump Scotty? Is he going to jump Scotty? Yeah, he will. He will get out just ahead of Scotty. Meantime, yeah, he's kind of got no front wang. Deary me. So, Alex Palu, if the pit sequence goes correctly here. What's Palu on fuel-wise? He's got some fuel left. Hinch, I'm assuming, is just going to have to fucking peg it. Whoa! Nearly sending it to straight to the back of Hinch, Palu. He went straight up the A9. Power... No, I don't think he's going to make it to the end. Marcus Ericsson in 5th. He can make it to the end. Luckily, he was pitting anyway. Scotty's good to go to the end as well now. On fuel. But he hasn't been using a lot of it. So, this race has taken a massive twist right just now. Obviously, I don't know how much damage Elio took there. Marcus Ericsson didn't seem to lose too much time swapping his wang out. Oh, is that fuck nut? Fuck nut! Oh, he lost his back wing as well. You love to see it. You do definitely love to see it. And my boy is back ahead of him. Oh, I'm very happy now. Yep, right. Okay, so here's Elio. Santino Trump bucket. Okay, so fuel is back. Fuel is in. I can't see the front wang from this angle, which is annoying. Right, he's got his wang back on. Right, Elio. There's Ericsson. So Ericsson has jumped Elio significantly in the pits. And there's Scotty. Now, this is going to be interesting. Scotty's back in play. Scotty is back in play. Oh, my mouse is back. Scotty's back in play, and so's my mouse. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Joseph Newgarden's pitting out of 11th place. Lol. Anyway. Right. So, I haven't the faintest idea what's going to be happening once this all shakes out. So, where are we at right now? We've got Palu leading the race. The rookie Alex Palu, having crashed earlier in the race, is actually now running a split strategy. Someone's blown up at the side of the road. Someone's blown up at the... Oh, it's Connor Daly. Oh, no. Press F for Danny Brennan. Friend of the show, Danny Brennan, has... Oh, he's just going to be sad. He's going to be crying into his Connor Daly-shaped love pillow. Don't tell him I said that. But that is a shame. You hate to see that. So we've got another DNF for the race. But most importantly, fucknut is just being pooed on repeatedly in this race, and we do love to see that. Meantime, Hinch kind of needs to get a move on and get ahead of Palou if he's to make his strat work. As has Will Power. So Marcus Ericsson is fueled to the finish. He can make it to the end from here. As is Elio. Meantime, Ben Hanley is just getting in the way of Scotty, who is fueled to the end and probably faster than Elio, but is stuck behind this pleb, who's going to be pitting soon anyway. Bourdais, he's good to go to the end. Kimball is not. Ryan Hunter-Reay's pitting. Sage Karam is not. Simon Pagenaud is. I don't know what strat Jack Harvey's on, but it is a strategy. Basically, I need a whiteboard and like an abacus to work everything out right now. And all I've got is a snotty nose and a sore throat, which is useless for doing maths. Anyway, let's get some lights on in here. We kind of need some lights on in this room. Right. Well, there's some lights. I've turned the... it's actually an SAD lamp. I'm just using that now as like my... instead of a ring light. Or I could use the ring light as an SAD lamp. Decisions. Anyway. This probably isn't helping Hinch's cause either. He really needs to be putting distance between himself and those guys who aren't pitting again. So Power is 14 seconds back. Ericsson 18. Elio 22. Ben Hanley 24. He's got to pit again. Scotty 25. So that's right around where James is going to come out once he's made his final stop. There's Bourdais. Bourdais not far away from this either. Right, Kimball, and all of this is just like a... what the fuck is this going on down there? Excuse me. So Palou continues to lead. And Hinch. So these guys here both have to stop one more time in the race. Palou, his final stop's coming up shortly. James is not, well, pretty soon towards the end. So he'll have a shorter stop in theory. Same with Will Power, who's now up to third. So Will Power's third. Marcus Ericsson's running down Power. There he is. He's actually running him down on the track. And Elio's doing the same to... and Scotty has finally got past Ben Hanley. So now Scotty can cut loose as well. He's got enough fuel to make it to the end. He's the wild card in all this. He's basically been the fastest car all day. Let's not forget that earlier on in the race, he started pole, ran second on the opening lap, sent it at turn 1 on lap 2, spun out, fell down to 16th, made his way all the way back to like the top 5 or something on pace before doing some stupid pit strategy in the middle of the race, which may actually work out to be a worldie. Oh, and Palou's in. So that's released Hinchcliffe for the moment, so he really needs to drop the hammer before his final stop. So, we've got Ray Holt, so we've got Veach, who completed 0 laps, and Fucknut is last. You just love to see it. Meantime, my boy, struggling on with the shittest strategy the world has ever seen. So, Palou and Hanley have pitted. They'll be there for their last stops. Karam's got probably one more stop to go. Pagenaud hasn't. Dixon has. Scott, blimey, it's a weird race when we haven't mentioned Scott Dixon. Alex Rossi, where's he at on field? He's probably going to have to pit again. Yeah. Yeah, he probably will. Rosenquist, he's good to the end, so he could jump up some positions here near the end. Same with Marco Andretti. Maybe some of these strats in the middle of the race, not so terrible. And then there's this strategy, which is just wank. But never mind, my king boy at least gains position from my new boy. And there's Maximum Chilton. He's still out here. Well, trying, anyway. Meantime, where are we at right now? We've got Hinch leading by 13 seconds over Will Power. Hinch and Power probably have to stop one more time. Ericsson is third, 17 seconds. And Helio's run him down already. Oh, God. Oh, no. Is it me or is Marcus Ericsson's car actually not that good? It's just like, yeah, I've got a great pit strategy and I've just been run down by Elio. I also love the fact that these two are still in contention for the win even though they flat smashed into each other when Ericsson went to pit. The fastest front wing swap you've ever seen. Meantime, here's Scotty, though. He is lurking. So this, I think, is the battle for the win. 17-17. 5 seconds back is McLaughlin. And then, granted, some more seconds back is Bourdais. 15 seconds back is Bourdais, so I think he's a bit far back for that. But, well, Power's chasing in on James Hinchcliffe. Remember, they both have to pit a... Oh! Helio sent it in deep there. He nearly ran straight into the back of Ericsson and lost his wang. Again. So this is the rear view mirror. This has been the rear view mirrors of Marcus Ericsson's car for almost the entire race. There's a massive yellow neon stripe in them. Oh, no. No room there. And he got a little bit loose there. A little bit squirrely. A little bit code brown there. Just a little bit. A little bit. But this, in theory, should be the battle for the win. It's Ericsson versus Castroneves. Hinch has to pit one more time, unless his stop is so short he can still jump out in front of them. Power, same deal. And they're already, well, they're only like 5 seconds behind Power anyway, so Power's out of it. He's running second right now, and he's actually about to be sent by my boy, who's trying to make up for having to run the stupidest strategy mankind has ever seen. Like the Ferrari Strategy Centre guested in their car. Oh, go on. Go on, Pato. He's trying to send it on Will Power. He's like, no, I'm running for second, mate. I'm still on the podium. I mean, you're not, but bless you. Meantime, Hinch. There's Power. How much fuel has Hinch got left? 12 units, so that's about 3 or 4 laps left. Probably about 3 laps. So bearing in mind, these guys that have still got to pit will be having shorter stops as a result. So that can still play in. Meantime, Scott Dixon and Ollie Askew. Poor Ollie Askew, the guy was running legit top 10 earlier. His race could and should have worked out a lot better, but you know what they say about coulda, woulda, shouldas. That it's a very silly sounding thing to say fast. Meantime as well, Pagano is up to 10th. He's sneakily got up into the top 10. Having had a pretty mediocre qualifying, so he's fueled to the end. He's good. As is Palu. Now, Karam isn't. And neither's Kimball. No, Kimball's not going to make it either. So Kimball and Karam still have to pit. That'll bump up Palu to 7th. Pagano to 8th. Rossi still has to pit. Rosenquist doesn't. Neither does Ben Handley. Neither does Marco Andretti. Neither does Rinus VK. Neither does Ryan Hunter-Ray. So, oh! Meantime, Taku Sato's getting into it again with Fucknut Boy over here. Just Santino Fuckboy over here. Maximum Chilton. What could have been, really. Bless my boy. Trying to be like, no, I should have been competitive in this race. Meantime, though, let's cut back to the de facto battle for the lead. When the pit stops cycle through for the last time, this should be the battle for the win. Now, what's the gap doing? Ericsson, Castroneves. Scotty's gained a second. Actually, over a second on them. Oh my god, this could set up to be an absolute flames finish. And Scotty, who has no right to still even be in contention for this race, having yeeted himself off the pole down to P16 after a lap, and then getting back up into the top 5, and then pulling the sort of quadruple pit stop bollocks strategy in the middle of the race, which might actually be a worldie. It might just be. Whereas Hinch and Power, well, here's Power's final stop, so here we go. He's out the way. Wonder where Power's going to come back out. That'll be quite... Actually, I'm going to focus on this battle for the moment because it's getting flames. And there's Scotty. He's gained so much. Scotty has gained so much. Have I lost my mouse again? No, I haven't. There it is. Oh, he's under 2 seconds behind them now. Oh, no, but... Oh! Hang on. Has he been balked? He's been balked by my boy. Sorry. Scotty, I'm so sorry. Taku, what are you doing? What are you doing, man? Scotty must be raging inside there. Like, earlier on he was like... oh yeah, I'm in a really good position here, but I'm stuck behind Ben fucking Hanley. bin hand job over here. And nice move. There you go. Scotty's got him clear. Right, so where did Willpower come out in the end? 6th. That's still not too bad. That's ahead of Palu. 8th is Pagano. 9th is Rossi, but he still has to pit. So that would bump Rosenquist and Ben Hanley up into 9th and 10th, with Marco Andretti battling for a top 10 as well. There was us thinking Hanley and Andretti's strategies earlier were a bit shit. They're actually doing all right, you know. Well, we say that. And Hinch is in. Okay, the all-important final stop for the Hinchmaster, the Hinchmeister General. And Marcus Ericsson's there, so Hinch ain't coming back out in the lead. He'll probably still be top 5, though. Yeah, he should be. He'll come out ahead of Power. Bourdais, meanwhile, on for an unlikely 4th place. Oh, Castro sending. He sent the mail, and it was rejected and put back to sender. There's Hinch. Yeah, he ain't going to get out ahead of Bourdais. He might not even get out ahead of Power either. Ooh, it's going to be close between him and Power. Ooh, it's going to be very close. Power's going to get him. But there's going to be a hell of a battle for 5th. So Power actually jumped Hinch in the pits there. Hinch's crew has not been on it with stops today, have they? Meantime, oh my god! Oh, while we weren't looking, Elio got balked behind Colton Herta, and Scotty is back up to 2nd. Scotty McLaughlin is back up to 2nd place. What a topsy-turvy roundabout race this lad has had. His debut in IndyCar. But he now has to deal with the lap car of Colton Herta. Meantime, Marcus Ericsson's making bank. He's got a 3-second lead out of all that. And Taku Sato is now sending on... Taku Sato is just sending on Castroneves. Sato does not give one single fuck out here today. I would say you love to see it, but again, if you're a Castroneves fan, you really don't love to see it. Anyway, here comes Scotty. He should clear Colton here. No, he won't. There we go, he will. He will force Herta to yield. If blue flags won't do shit, I will. And there's Max from Chilton coming out the pits. The blue flag, they're 3 wide, but oh my god! Elio Castroneves is getting dicked on by this battle for... What position are they even battling for? 23rd. Amazing. Amazing. Huh. Pato Award might still not get the worst result. Well, it's going to be a pretty shit result, let's be honest. But the man that started 5th, I'll remind you. Anyway. Well, at least Fucknut still last on the road, so, you know. Every rose. Every cloud. And Rossi's pitting, which will bump Hanley, Rosenquist and Andretti up into the final top 10 positions. Renus VK's there as well. Sage Karam, Charlie Kimball. Ryan Hunter-Ray should get a position here as well. Joey Newgarden might do as well. So, Scott McLaughlin now 3.4 seconds behind Marcus Ericsson with, when they come to the line this time, there'll be 7 laps to go in the NYC Grand Prix. Oh, meantime, Elio nearly got wiped out by a flying Colton Herta. That was amazing. It's like, that was what we call in the industry a failed send. Anyway. Right, 131.5 across the line, 130.1, oh my god. Scotty is absolutely hosing into Ericsson's lead all over again. Probably not helping by the fact that Ericsson is now dealing with Max Chilton. Maximum Chilton out here has suddenly balked Ericsson so badly that here comes Scotty for the lead. With 7 laps to go. He's going to get him here. And Ericsson's going to throw the block towards the bus stop. Oh, the contact! They've hit each other. They've done into each other. And Elio's going to get the lead back again. No, he's not. No, he's not. Ericsson's still got the lead. And now Sato's crashed in front of Scotty. What is going on? Well, the absolute chungus is going on here. Helio's sending for the lead. He's back in it again. How many second chances is this lad going to get today? Forget 9 lives. He's got 69 lives the way he's going. He was out of the picture. It was a battle between Ericsson and Scotty. And now all of a sudden Scotty has just Scottied himself again. He's choked it from the lead, sending for the lead again. And Elio's back in contention for the win again. How? If Elio wins this, and I think he will at this rate, I won't say it's one of the luckiest, it's one of the most blessed wins I'll have ever seen. But there is a big but in all of this. A big juicy but. Scotty is 5.4 seconds back. Now, he didn't get damage from that incident. But they're coming to the line for 6 laps to go. 32.9. Okay, no, that's not going to be a representative lap for Scotty. But all I'm saying is I don't think Scotty's out of it yet. I don't think he... I mean, he's stuck behind Colton Herta. Meantime, there's a battle for 4th going on between Bourdais and Hinchcliffe, which is pretty flames. And then there's Will Power 6th, Alex Palou 7th, Pagano 8th, Ben Hanley 9th, and Felix Rosenquist clinging on to the bottom end of the top 10 ahead of a pain train of cars, including Marco Andretti, Rinus VeeKay, Charlie Kimball and Sage Karam. Anyway, back to the front then. And Scotty has now cleared Colton Herta. Meantime, is Marcus Ericsson trying to gap Elio a little bit. So the gap is 5 seconds exactly. Basically, Scotty needs to take a second per lap out of Ericsson to still have a chance at the win here. I almost don't think he deserves to, just for the amount of times he's fucked up. The man started on the pole. He fucked up a send on Ericsson on lap 2, fell down to 16th. Charged back up to 5th, had a stupid pit strategy. Come all the way back to challenge for the lead, crashed into Ericsson again, and he's now 3rd. But, I mean, it's been an exciting first day. It's been an exciting debut for Scotty, and he should still get a podium, all things considered. As the battle for 4th continues, between Bourdais and Hinchcliffe. We'll try and jump between these battles. Will Power, he's not far away from that battle either, so, well, Hinch has already repassed Will Power when we come out of the pits. Meantime, back to the front, Ericsson, Castroneves, McLaughlin, what's the gap across the line? 3.9 seconds, he took over a second out of him that lap. How is Scotty just won't die? How? It's like that line from, I think it's GoldenEye. The baddie says to James Bond, why don't you just be a good boy and die? Scotty just won't. He just will not die. The amount of times he should have done, some of the sends he's pulled in this race. Alright, so Ericsson has a tiny bit of air gap between him and Castroneves. But here comes Scotty, the fastest car on the track. Oh, meantime, it's going off for 4th. Bourdais trying to defend from Hinchcliffe. There's Will Power and Alex Palou lurk in the background. Oh, my word. So we can have a 4-way battle for 4th brewing. And a 3-way battle for the win. Jesus Christ. You know, I thought the F1 at Iowa was intense. About that, I think either way, this has been a triumphant start to the IndyCar World Series. We haven't even gone overseas yet. So, Ericsson and Elio, the gap at the last checkpoint was 0.7. Scott McLaughlin, 3.4. They'll be coming round for 4 laps to go this time. 4 laps. Yes, 4 laps to go. He's running 29s. Oh, and Elio sending at turn 1. The lad's running 29-second lap. 29-second laps, fucking hell. Oh, I can barely speak. I'm losing my voice here. You may think I'm pretty stupid for getting this amped up over pretend race cars and AI robots racing against each other, but I don't care. This is good shit, man. And I don't mean that in the Vince McMahon way. Oh my god, this has been a lot of fun. I hope you guys have been enjoying this as well. Excuse me. So Castroneves still lurking behind Ericsson. And here comes Scotty on the charge. It's between these 3 for the win. And meantime, Bourdais got a little gap between himself and Hinch. He's now noticing Will Power more in his mirrors. 4 laps to go, and Scotty's 2.1 seconds back again. And Castroneves can't find a way around Ericsson. Ericsson is playing some great D here, including sacrificing himself when Scotty sends it around the outside of the bus stop. My voice is completely gone. I can't believe it. I cannot believe this. I can't believe we've done this. I knew these streams would be fun. I hoped, do you know what? I really hoped it would be. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. 3 laps to go. And there's Scotty. Another, that must be the fastest lap of the race. I know there isn't a screen showing the fastest lap. He's 1.1 seconds behind. He's going to get there. He's going to get there. Meantime, side by side for 4th behind. It's Hinch versus Bourdais. They're banging wheels down towards turn 1. And Bourdais just stays ahead. And this is going to bring Will Power in. But we can't look away from the lead battle. It's triple threats everywhere. Ericsson, Castroneves, McLaughlin for the win. And I do need to stay hydrated. And then Bourdais, Hinch and Power for 4th place. Oh, real IndyCar, why did you stop going to Watkins Glen? For fuck's sake. So there they are, line astern. Ericsson, who started outside pole, has been consistent but probably not the fastest car out there all day. Really good pit stops and good defensive driving. Elio, who's led a charmed life, he led early on after these two wrecked each other. And Scotty, who should have had the fastest car on the track by a mile. This will be his last chance. He can't fuck this one up. But he does have 2 cars to pass now. Oh my god, here we go. Oh my god, it's a triple threat for the win, lads. We're coming round to 2 laps to go of the NYC Grand Prix. The inaugural round of the IndyCar World Series. We've not even gone overseas, and the IndyCar World Series is... Oh, Elio! Elio with a huge send! Oh, Scotty! Scotty's through on all of them! Scotty sent it on all of them! Have you ever? What has just happened? What has just happened? Elio just sent it. From so far back, I think he was actually in Atlanta, Georgia. He sent that one at turn 1. Slapped Ericsson up, ran wide. Both of them freed the door for Scotty to send it on both of them on the inside. Oh my word. Have you ever? Have you ever? We need to see a replay of that. We need to see a replay. If someone fancies clipping that, please do. Let's watch it on board from Scotty. Here comes Elio. Ericsson blocked. Oh, 3 wide at turn 1. He was sideways as well, going into turn 1, trying to check up to avoid running into them. Meantime, Bourdais is fighting so hard to protect his 4th place from Hinch. Will Power doesn't look like he's got enough for them. Palou, Pagenaud, Hanley and Kimball. Kimball has gone up to the top 10. Very nice. Could be a double top 10 for AJ Foyt. Could this be? Bourdais 4th and Kimball 10th. Very nice. Anyway, white flag presented by what the fuck even has this race been? Scotty's out in front. It's taken him a long time to get back to the lead. He led the start of the first lap. He's led the start of the final lap. And that's about it. That's all the laps he's led today. Meantime, can Marcus Ericsson at least prevent a Penske 1-2? He deserves it, quite frankly. He's been defending so hard, and Elio has not been able to find a way around him for love nor money. But I think, yeah, Scotty's checked out. He has had the fastest car all race, and it's not even been close. But ironically, the only person that's beaten him today is himself. And even then, he managed to beat himself off. I don't know. Anyway, don't think too much about that. My voice doesn't want you to anyway, because it's just a sort of fried shell somewhere in there, in my larynx. Meantime, it's still going off. I think Scotty's got this one made, although I'm reticent to say that with how this race has been. Ericsson trying to cling on second from Helio. Bourdais fighting off Hinch for 4th. Kimball looks like he's got 10th in the bag. Coming round the final corner to take the checkered flag for the inaugural NYC Grand Prix. It's Scotty McLaughlin on debut in IndyCar. And side by side across the line for second. I think Ericsson just got it. They're wheel banging across the start-finish line. Bourdais going to keep 4th, just ahead of Hinchcliffe. There's Power across the line in 6th place. 7th for the rookie Alex Palou. made the best of that weird strategy where he had to replace his wing early and went on a split strategy. Pagenaud worked his way up to 8th place. Well done there, sir. It'd be 9th place for Ben Hanley in the Dragon Speed car. Well done to you, sir. There was a point in the middle of the race where I'm like, why are you pitting a bazillion times? But it paid off in the end with the 9th place. And Felix Rosenqvist. Rosenqvist got back ahead of Kimball at the death. And he's going to grab a top 10. Kimball comes home 11th. Renus VK, 12th. 13th for Hunter Ray. 14th for Marco. 15th for Sage Karam. Joseph Newgarden, 16th. Ollie Askew, 17th. Just ahead of Scott Dixon, who we've barely mentioned all race. Jack Harvey, 19th. He's done pretty well. He was like last at one point, as was Rossi, 20th. My boy, 21st. I mean, it could have been worse. Maximum Chilton, who somehow was able to influence this race even though he crashed out of the top 10 halfway through. So he caused a crash right around the leaders and he was involved in it. Colton Herter, who was right there near the end. Felipe Nasser, Taku Sato, King Fucknut, and then our DNFs, Daly, Ray Holt, and Veach. Veach, remember, not even making it to the start line. Can we breathe now? What the fuck was that? Holy shit, how good was that? And like I say, I know, like, it might seem a bit silly to some people to get that animated over a pretend race. Oh, but fuck, man, that was so much fun. That was everything I hoped it would be, and more. Everything. Right, do you know what I'm going to do? Just to make sure, just to make sure, in case I can't get this tool that, like, exports the results and that from a file in the game's files to work. Excuse me. Going to take a photo of the finishing order. There you go. There you go. I was rooting for Elio. Honestly, your man went for it. Your man went for it. And to be honest, a podium for the old man. Well done. Well done. Got a round of applause. This is like the podium celebration now. And on the podium, the old man. I don't know how this has happened. The old man with the magnificent hair. It's Elio Castroneves. Death taxes Penske. But it wasn't the Penske cars we expected. Will Power, maybe. He was 6th. Joe Newgarden, he was 16th. Pagenaud was 8th. It was Castroneves, the part-timer now, and Scott McLaughlin, the rookie, winning on his debut in IndyCars before he's actually done it IRL. I might actually tweet that at him, but just be like, mate, do you want to see this shit? Do you want to see this? I've seen the future. This is what we can expect when Scotty goes to IndyCars. Outrageous 3 wide sends and a win in his first start.